Hi, creators. It's Doro Kiley with creationcoach.com. Thanks for joining me again. You know, today's talk, I want to just spend a few minutes. It's just before I got on here, I looked at the headlines, and there's a headline that says gigantic solar eruption, coming out of the sun. It's this huge solar flare. And literally just saw it, so I didn't have time to read the article. But it's very timing, good timing, and it's coming in front of me because today's topic is spiritual versus material. So when you think of the energy of the sun just exploding, where do you go with that? Is that, I mean, it's not as bad as I don't think it's on the other side of the sun, but if it were directed towards us, right at us, it makes everything look pretty minor, pretty trivial. All the cares and concerns and the prepping, and we all know the world is going through some extremely difficult, chaotic times, and but if we could just remember that at any moment it could all just go dark, everything could stop. Um, then what? Is that, where's our spirituality at that point? Where is our materialism at that point? Um, it's something I like to always keep in the back of my mind, is that this little rock spinning in space is vulnerable to all kinds of things out there. um, and yet here we are living this, what Charles Eisenstein calls the story of separation. Left, right, you're a liberal, you're a whatever, good, bad. Does it really matter if um, we're not going to be here tomorrow? So anyway, that I do help. I think that helps to keep me balanced, to keep that in mind at all times. So, so I want to address what's going on with us also, I think, consciously, unconsciously, politically, what the atmosphere is in the world that I'm experiencing. I'm experiencing a thinning of the veils between the spiritual and the material. Uh, and I've mentioned this a couple times. Seems like there's a lot more synchronicities, and it feels like there's something different going on. And who knows what that is? It could be, side effects from the vaccine. Who knows? But something feels as though we're preparing for something, and I'm interpreting that as some like feeling like the petals are falling off the flower, and here comes the seed or the fruit. So the thing that I'm experiencing is that we are between spiritual and material worlds, and sometimes here and sometimes there. Obviously, mostly right now we're in the material world, but I think it's merging, and I don't know how far that could possibly go, but I think we're coming into a higher state of consciousness. Um, for me, it feels like we've been going through, and this is probably all internet related, this kind of merging of our consciousness or what have you. Uh, the subject is so huge. But anyway, it's kind of like winnowing. I love this word, winnowing. WINNOWING, I think. What that is in the fall, you harvest your seeds off your plants, you let them dry, and the husk of your seeds becomes um, it becomes unraveled or crispy, and you can shake it up and then blow. You blow over it, and all the dried up husks of the seeds blow away until what you have left is your pure seed for planting the following year. It kind of feels like that's what we're going through. All of our beliefs are kind of getting crumpled up and dried up, and we don't know what's right, what's wrong. We're trying to hang on, but things are falling away. Even cultures are falling away. Cultures are falling away. Our norms, what we used to call normal, feels like it's just collapsing like dominoes. And maybe these things just have to be winnowed away. And the other image that comes to my mind is the way Michael Angelo described his work. He would see a block of marble, and he would sit with it until he could see the figure that wanted to emerge. And his job was just to chip away whatever was not part of the figure. And that worked very well for him. And I feel like that's what we're doing. All this old stuff has to go. And there's something inside that's wanting to emerge. I think my talk yesterday was about emerge. And so if you didn't see, that was a loaded talk in 10 minutes, but I provided a lot of links in that one. But so it almost feels as though what's starting to happen is we are chipping away at this sense of materialism that's crumbling to the point where we are beginning to see what's underneath, what we might have coming. We cannot see the whole image, but it's like Michael Angelo chipping away, and suddenly a knee starts to form. You can't see the whole image yet, but there's enough intention, I think, going on right now globally around the world of people looking for this solution. Seems like what we have created over the last, several thousand years is kind of running its course, you might say. And so we're wondering what's going to come out of it. One thing I want to share in my links below is a little more of Charles Eisenstein. I've mentioned him a few times. I like his work. He's planting a lot of seeds for what the potential new vision, what we might, and it's not even a vision, it's a sense of feeling, what we want to remember, who we are. Because when we're all back down to who we are originally, we don't even know who that is anymore. It seems we are at a dividing point where if we don't identify ourselves, we could, at least for a time, be dragged into somebody else's vision of what being human should be all about. And I think it's good time for us to figure out for ourselves what being human is all about. Is it about just endless growing technologies? This craving for using technologies to solve our problems it's just like the more we solve, the more problems we create to solve does not seem like a sustainable solution. So that's why it seems to me there are a lot of minds and hearts out there right now hoping for a new answer. And I'm hearing an answer to that. I'm hearing echoes. There are things coming up on the internet. Everything I find, I'm trying to share. Anything you're finding, please share with me so I can also share. And in that way, we will have a network and join the other networks that are beginning. I mean, there are a lot. we are going in a better direction, I think. Just trying to remember who we are as people. And I know who we are. We are creators. And with that, stay creative.